So you want to become good at making music. And when I gave it a thought, I really had an answer. But still, I thought of asking my friends who are music producers or musicians in some way, and we all agreed on one point. And that is to remake songs, or at least attempting to remake a song. And when I gave it some more thought, I came to a conclusion that it's perfectly logical that remaking is essential. It's the way we learn everything as kids, by recreating what others do. The great thing is, that doesn't mean you are just copying, because the moment you remake something, it's shaped by your own unique personality and musical taste. Now that we know that we need to be remaking songs to get better, how do we actually do it? The thing to think about when trying to remake a song is to break it down into smaller parts or sections. A song normally has drum, bass, mids, things like keys and strings, effects, and vocal section. So once we decide on the song that we want to remake, all we have to do is focus on each of these elements individually, and by the time you go through each of this section one by one, you'll have a fully finished remake of the song you chose. For this tutorial, I'm choosing a song by Skrillex, but you can choose any, and I will encourage you to pick a song that inspires you. I usually start working with the drum section. Once I figure out the tempo, I find a kick and a snare sample that sounds very similar to that of the reference song, and then get the pattern down, and then the hi-hats and stuff. Everything doesn't have to be necessarily 100% accurate. Just keep that in mind and don't stress. And with that, that's really all that there is in the drum section. Now we proceed to the bass. The sub bass is fairly simple. It's just a basic shape where the pitch has been modulated by the LFO for the initial punch, and a little bit of saturation added to it. And that's really all. Now that we have the bass and the drums ready, we're only left with that epic laser kind of sound. And to achieve that, I've used 16 voices of saw wave with 40% of detune, enveloped shape like this, and it's modulating the filter and the distortion dry knob and the filter cutoff. And with that, we have our mid section done. Only thing that we are left to do with is the melody. By the way, you can download all these presets and the project file from the link in the description. Moving ahead, the melody plug. Sine waves on both oscillators, envelope 1 and 2 shape like this, and envelope 2 is triggering both the levels. Filter band 24, key track on, kick attack 1 on the noise oscillator, bit of compression and a filter and a bit of EQ, and with that a little bit of post-processing. Actually, the main magic is done in the post-processing for every sound. And for the effects section, I have added some crashes here and there, and that's really all. And here's the final result. I think this sounds really sick. The mix is a bit messy right now, but I will come back to it later and fix that up. So every time you try to remake a song, you get a new perspective, and it's gonna increase your skills, your knowledge, and the amounts of tools and sounds that you can work with. And if you keep doing it, you're gonna turn into an incredible producer.